do this. Okay, so there we go. And I'm starting the recording as well to the cloud. So here we go, guys. Okay, so this is OET reading. We're going to be doing a class every day this week on reading, but we'll start today by looking at vocabulary. And then for the rest of the week, it'll be all part C practice. Okay, now in terms of vocabulary, the structure of the class will have 3 parts. Basically, we'll talk about at the start, guessing meaning from context. You all know this, you all probably do this, but we can talk about how to do it in a systematic way. And today you can practice doing this because come on, you're not always going to know the vocabulary. So sometimes we need to guess. All right. So that's the first thing in this class. Second thing will be groups. You can go into groups and you're going to practice. You're going to guess the meanings. And then at the end of the class, I'm going to give you the answers, the meanings of the words. And you can also ask me questions. And, you know, vocabulary can be very difficult. So feel free to ask me about different possible meanings. OK, so this is the basic structure of the class. We'll start with Andrea. Andrea, could you say hello?
Hello.
Nice to see you, Andrea. Did you have a nice weekend?
Yeah, normal one.
Normal, okay, but not too busy, I hope then. Okay, so Andrea, you've seen these classes before when we talk about guessing from context. I'm going to get a sentence, Andrea. I'm going to take this one, okay? And I want you to help me think about how to get the meaning of a word just from the context, okay? So guys, can everyone see this sentence here? Do you all see this? Okay, and we're going to focus on this word. Andrea, firstly, can you just do pronunciation on that word? How do you say that word? Sorry to...
Inexorably.
Try again, one more time.
Inexorably.
What do we think?
Inexorably.
Is that right, guys?
Yes, it's correct.
Yeah, it would be adverb.
Almost, Andrea, almost. I would say 95%. Okay? Sorry about the noise, guys. Listen to me, guys. This is the pronunciation for this word. All right. The pronunciation is, 1 second, inexorably.
Inexorably.
Yeah. So what's the difference, guys? What's Andrea had to stop doing?
She just add a. You just.
Well, Andrea, you're
stress.
Yeah. Well, there's no stress on here. Exactly. There's no stress. Oh, almost. Okay. We're not going to say it. Think of it like that. This would be the schwa sound in the phonetical alphabet, if you guys have seen that. It's so inexorably. Everyone, let's just try. We can all do this together. Inexorably. 1, 2, 3.
Inexorably.
Go. Nice saying, yeah, inexorably. I think that probably some people in this class already know what this word means. But let's just do this in a systematic way. Let's imagine that you didn't know what this meant. If you didn't know, this would be very useful. Andrea, why would that be very useful for me if I didn't know the meaning?
To guess.
Yeah, because what does that tell me? The ly here.
Adjective.
Is that right, guys? She's almost there. Is it an adjective? This is called a suffix.
It's adverb, I think.
Actually, adverb. Yeah. We can think about the form of the word. Okay, so what is an adverb? Maybe Hussein can tell us. Hussein, what does an adverb do usually in English grammar?
Adverbs.
I'll give you some help.
Describe the verb.
A verb. Okay. So, you know, if I say, you know, I played very well. I played football very well, right? That's an adverb, well, meaning good. And it's describing the verb, what? Played, right? So in this case, we know this is an adverb and it's going to be probably describing something. Andrea or Ambreen as well. Adnan. What word in this sentence is inexorably describing?
Racing.
Yeah, very nice, Andrea, right? So it's describing, this is the ing, but this is a verb in this sentence, right? So we know that this word here, even if you don't know what it means, okay, it's describing this word. Does everyone know what rising means? Of course we do.
Go up. Go up.
Okay. So now already we can begin to guess the meaning of this word, okay? But there's other ways to do it as well. Now, I want to look at this here. Ismail, could you say hello?
Hello, sir.
You see this saying in? You know, like if you say words like inevitable.
Yeah, right.
What does in mean?
Suffix?
It's a suffix or a prefix, guys.
Sorry, prefix. Yeah, prefix.
Perfect.
So looking at prefixes and suffixes can help us with also help us with the meanings of words.
Yes.
In, what does in usually mean, guys? In.
Negative.
The opposite of something.
It's a not, isn't it? Like incomplete. What does incomplete mean? Opposite of complete.
Yeah.
Right? Incomplete. Okay, so we're trying to guess the meaning of a word. We've looked at word type, right? Adverb. We've looked at the prefix in, so that means like it's not something, right? And I think the other way, I'm just going to make this more simple today. Normally I look at 4 ways, but really there's only 3. I think there's really only 3. What is the third way of guessing meaning? Norzad, could you say hello? Or Geetha, Mariam? There's another way we can guess the meaning of a word.
Yeah,
Word type, what else?
maybe you'll see the
Read
root of the word. It is like verb or adjective, or and also the word before that word. We can, for
Yeah.
example, raising. We can
There we
see
go.
for an after.
The words before, and also Norzad, the words after, right? Words
Yeah.
before.
redirect.
I'm just going to call this, guys, the context. Obviously, the context can help you. It's the most important thing for guessing the meaning of a word. Now, the best way to think about the context meaning, and does anyone know this, Mariam, Mohammed? What's the best way to begin?
Yes,
What do I always say? Does anyone know?
because at the end of the words, he said, and this is a problem. So we think that the words there should be negative.
It should be negative. Okay, but more simply, is that Mariam? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
If we don't know a word, right, one thing we can do, as well as doing what you're doing, before that, just blank it out, right? Just blank it out.
yes,
Helps you to focus, right? So now that this is an empty space, Mariam, we can look at and this is a problem, right?
yes.
So what kind of, when you're doing words, guys, you want to think about the type of word, the kind of word that can fill in the blanks. Okay. So Mohammed, Michelle, could you say hello?
Hello, sir.
Elena. So Mohammed, we know that this is a describing a verb. Okay. We
Yes.
know that it's got in, which is a suffix meaning like not, right? And we also know that it looks to be some kind of negative word. Problem,
Yes.
context. What kind of word would you put in here? Can you try to guess the meaning? What do you think it means?
Here will be
Rising.
some kind of like adverb, like rising continuously, for example.
Rising in costs, in costs, in prices.
When we're doing context, you can, I think, ask yourself, is it good or bad? I think everyone agrees it's bad, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is bad. What kind of word would I put in here? A bad word meaning what? Can anyone give me a bit more?
Negative, but not
Well,
backward.
costs going up, down. Oh, Jelena, go on.
Yeah, something bad, like rising insanely or
There we go,
crazy.
right? So start to think about, okay, this is healthcare costs. They're going up in a way, in a certain way. We know it's a bad way, probably in a crazy way. Someone said continuous, in a continuous way. What else kind of way?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable could be that as well. What else?
Inevitable.
Increasing.
Inevitable. Nausea, right?
Unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly. All of these. Now, from the context, we cannot get any more from this, really. But one of you actually guessed the meaning. Very close. Norzad, say that again.
Inevitably. It means it doesn't come down.
What does inevitable mean?
Unavoidable, like
Unavoidable.
Unlogically.
Can we stop it? Can we stop it?
no.
You cannot stop it.
So this way of guessing meanings, it's not 100%. You will never, 100%, oh, it's got to be this meaning. But you can get a lot of information by just filling in the blanks with the context. Look at the sentence before, the sentence after. Think about the type or kind of information you want in the blank, okay? Vandana, I think you want to ask a question.
No, Alan.
Okay.
Same. Unavoidable.
This way of thinking, I know you guys do this yourself probably anyway, but just try and make it systematic, okay? Prefix, word type, blank it out, fill in the blanks. Think about the type or kind of information that you need. For example, Andrea, if you could come back. Very easy examples now. I want to eat a. What's this, guys? What type of information do I want here?
Noun.
It could be a noun. It's
Food.
going to be food, right? Or what about this? She prescribed
Medicine.
Medication.
Noun.
Safi, she is a very blank person and I get so frustrated.
Adjective.
Is it good or bad, guys?
Good.
Maybe
Bad.
He's very aggressive.
Yeah, maybe aggressive or something like that. And we're looking for, remember this is a
Talkative.
right? If you think of it as a blank, you can easily kind of begin to guess what it means. And what if I said here, Safi, if you want to come back, I get so frustrated, I am always late. What's the word here now?
She is
Lazy.
Punctual.
non-punctual.
Bad adjective.
Yeah.
Punctual.
So does anyone know the adjective for not being punctual?
She's a very late person.
I think we say tardy.
Terry.
Tardiness, right, is the noun form. But the point is we're guessing the meanings. Today, you guys will be going into groups, and I've already done this one for you, really. So you can think about that again, see if you remember what I said 2 minutes ago. But you're going to do this for a lot of different vocabulary. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a lot of things. Okay, what I want you to do in your groups is just discuss what you think the meanings are. What should you do if you already know the meaning, though? For example, Zainal, wise. Could you put your microphones on, please?
Yes, wise.
Wise, let's say that you already know the meaning. You don't have to guess because you actually already know. What should you do in this activity?
I can explain with another word.
You can teach it to the rest.
Let the others.
You can teach it, right? So Hussein, you've got very good vocab. What I'm saying is, if you're in a group and you know that word, become the teacher. Teach it to the other people if you're confident about it.
Okay.
Right? Because there's some really good students in this class and they can probably actually just teach the word. So is everyone clear what we're doing? We're guessing the meaning from context.
Yes.
Does anyone want to ask any questions before we start? Okay, so in each group, there's going to be 4 or 5 people. Go into the group, just wait, and you will see this on your screen very soon, and then you can begin your activity when you're ready.